Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your boy Chris, me back. Yo, so I want to talk more this week about the concept of small wins when it comes to practicing and how big of a deal it is, I think it is, to set the bar relatively low so that you can win, to get that motivation going, if that makes sense, right? So what do I mean by this? Essentially, I've always found it to be the case that whenever I try to take a huge leap forward, it's way harder to retain all of the information. Whereas if I just try to take small steps forward daily, I find that the progress and the gains that I make are way more efficient, way more enjoyable to do, right? Trying to learn everything at once, that's going to lead to stress. You know what I'm saying? That's going to lead to stress. You're more than likely going to drop it. I, for one, have tried to do that approach many times in the past. And what I can tell you right now, what's been keeping me accountable with a lot of this anatomy stuff is setting the bar really low. Now, I'm not saying to set it to where it's so easy to where you're not pushing yourself, but setting it low to where it's reasonable that I'll get this amount of work done within a week, right? When you look at all of the week posts that I have, you'll notice that some of them are beefier than others, right? The bare minimum is just to be able to fill up a canvas full of practice, right? Just one canvas. And I can do that in one session if I really, really wanted to just get it out the way, right? So the bar is very low by default, but oftentimes you'll see that it takes way more canvases to capture all of my practice in the week, right? But the bar is set at, hey, just fill out a canvas a week. So that could be however many sketches it takes to do that, and it's over the course of 7 days, and I have to literally my week starts at the end of Saturday. Well, so Sunday, everyone week starts on Sunday, but I post these on Sunday. So really after that post goes up for the previous week, which I usually post those at 12 p.m. on my community tab, and then that literally starts my next day, 12:01. And yeah, that really does help. That does help. That allows me to be flexible. If I can't study as much as I want one day, I can kind of double up on on studies another day. And I just find that really helps me stay accountable. And that's how I got to week 18, right? This is week 18, and it's really insane that we're this far. Week 18 is nothing to sneeze at, but look at the gains too. The gains really are they're there, and I can again tell you that this thing, it's not like I learned it overnight. This is not overnight. What you're looking at is weeks of practice, and it's not like it was intensive weeks. Some of them were, but not all of them were. But just weeks of constant dedication and practice, and the bar was set super low so I could hit. And when you hit those marks, you gain that momentum, and it motivates you to keep going. So I think that's why small wins are really important when it comes to practicing, because hitting those goals is just one of the best feelings ever. And sometimes, I don't believe in, always operating off of motivation, because motivation is going to go away, and sometimes you just have to operate anyways. But having that big boost, or that small boost, whatever, of just finishing out the week and knowing that you finished, that does help. It really does lead into the next week. And for me, it's really helped me. So I do think that that's super important to keep in mind. For example, right? So I've seen a lot of folks, when they start out, they want to do these bigger sessions. I study for 2 hours a day. I'm like, man, I wish I could. Man, sometimes you'll be lucky if you get 15, 20 minutes out of me, just how packed my day is. But the 2-hour sessions are cool too. If you can consistently do that for a long period of time, you're going to grow way faster than me. And I think I'm growing fairly fast right now. But in general, I'm just saying for most of us, I would say set the bar lower, put it at 30 minutes. And 30 minutes is a lot, but 15 to 30 minutes of just practicing, that should yield you some results if you stick with it. Say you do 30 minutes a day for, let's say, 7 days. Matter of fact, you want to do the math? We can do the math real quick. Let's do 30 minutes. Let's do 30 minutes for 5 days. How much is that? Is that 150? Let me 30 times 5. I think that's 150. Let's see if my math is, yep, 150. That's 150 minutes a week. 150 times 4. What is that? Is that 600? Let me just double check myself. Let me just double check. 600. All right, 600 minutes. So 600 minutes a week. A month. 600 minutes a month. and 600 minutes. How many hours is that? Like what? That's 10 hours of studying a month. That's a lot of that's a lot of hours. But let's just double check, because again, I'm not no math major. 600 minutes into hours. I believe that's 10 hours. Yeah, 10 hours. Okay, cool. So I passed sixth grade math, I think. But yeah, you know, that's 10 hours, right? And that's 10 hours of practice you got, more than you did when you didn't do the 30-minute studies for 5 days, not even 7, 5 days a week, because you'll have the 2 days for rest. And I'm telling you, just 10 hours, you will see progress. You will see progress monthly at that 10-hour rate. Now the thing I'm not accounting for is, you know, some folks are going to go above this. Some folks are going to hit a little bit below this, but it's going to fluctuate. And that's the point, is that you're going to have some sessions where they're just longer than 30 minutes, and you're going to have some where it's like, I can only do 10 or 15. So it's going to balance out at around, you know, 30 minutes, or at least that's kind of how it is for me. And that's how you grow, man. You see, like, you start to establish those patterns, and it becomes a lot less difficult to get going and, like, you know, do the studies. You know, like this week, this is Tuesday. I'm recording this like very late Tuesday. I've already kind of hit my I've hit my quota like twofold already for my studies this week, but I'm gonna keep going, because I mean, again, I love this stuff, you know. So again, small wins. Try to focus on small chunks. Again, that's gonna be the key when you're trying to improve, especially when you're starting out, man. Trying to make like super huge game, like, I've never been a fan of when people try to make the art process seem like it's fast, seem like it's pretty instant, like, oh, you just need this and then boom, your art is going to just improve massively overnight. Like, I've never really been one to believe that. And again, I know that like the art process won't be like that just based off of my years of practice, but like, folks starting out may not know, and then when it doesn't happen for them like that, I feel like that can lead to frustration and can lead to folks giving up. And I'm just like, you know, we don't have to, I don't like sugarcoating stuff, you know. I really don't like sugarcoating stuff. You can learn art very, very fast, but my concept of very fast is like, you know, what I'm doing, like a year of just practice, doing, like, again, the 30-minute studies for 5 days a week for every week of the year. My God, you're going to see major gains. But I'm sorry, the 24-hour study session you did in a week, right, for just a week, it may not hit the same. I'm sorry, it just may not hit the same. You're getting a lot of information that you're going to have to process, and that, to me, especially when you factor in, you got to sleep, you got to eat right sometimes, you got to exercise, you got to do all of this healthy stuff to kind of retain a lot of the information. You're not going to be treating your body right. So I just think, keep this in mind. You know, it's very important. It's been helping me. It's been a key. It's one of the keys. Yeah, you know, it's just keep that in mind. Don't be married to the idea of like, man, I got to get it done super fast and it's got to be like this way. Like, no. Go at your own pace. If you can go faster, cool, but go at a speed that you know you can maintain given your lifestyle, and you're going to thank yourself later. You do not have to do the mangaka schedule like a lot of these influencers and comic book artists, do, and they, sacrifice the health for that. You don't need to sacrifice your health to get good. I know so many people who don't sacrifice their health, have a healthy social life, have a healthy lifestyle in general, and also are really great at art. So don't sacrifice your needs to get ahead, because you may be sabotaging yourself a little bit in your learning, because a lot of art, it's just a matter of understanding, concepts, and also reps. So you need reps, but you got to be at your full capacity to do that, and sometimes grinding it out. And I have grinded it out, so I do know, and I can speak to it. Sometimes that does not always lead to a better outcome than if you're able to learn at your own pace and really understand what you're trying to grasp. So those are my words of wisdom. Take it or leave it. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to talk about. I'll probably cut down this video because it's like 10 minutes long, and I was expecting it to be like a 6-minute long video. But anyways, studies will be posted up on Sunday as always. Bing Bong's Prison Palace. The contest is up and running for anyone who wants to join. Fan art contest. There's money involved. There's prizes, all of that jazz. Feel free to check my Instagram post if you're interested in that. And we will be coming back at you again real soon in the next one. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up out. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, night, whatever. And it's been your boy Chris, and I'm out. Peace.